It's right beside your handwriting saying...
On my lap, the dot was like, it wasn't me.
So Jonathan's just been trying to melt my brain with numbers and stuff. It had switched off, you know, like... Okay then, come on, he's had some further advancements. Explain the problem this morning first. I don't want to have to go over it again, but I think people should hear this.
Well, basically, you have to send numbers in a certain way to the screen, and they've done it a bit strange. So you can't send a float. A float is a number with a decimal place. You can't send it as a number with a decimal place. You've got to send it as a whole number, which is stupid. But never mind. I figured that out and I've fixed it.
Right, so now that's not how you explained it to me. It was far more confusing. Right.
Yeah. You weren't listening anyway.
I don't know. Could you see I'd switched off? Right. So he's spinning the gearbox there.
Numbers with decimal places there.
Numbers with decimal places, right?
And
okay.
then I've got the needle moving there.
Oh yeah.
Obviously not very far because I can only spin it slow. So that's that, and then it goes back to 0 when you go. And then if I change gear, it remembers what gear it is.
Yeah, because that was the problem yesterday, wasn't it? When you changed gear, it went back to 0.
So
the gearbox wouldn't have went back to 0,
no,
but the readout that the screen was given was yeah.
So if we go back, where's my button? There should be a back button there somewhere. I've moved it there.
So if you spin the gearbox now, like that rev counter would be going up and stuff.
I'm not sure about that one because that's a different way of doing it. Oh,
yeah.
It does actually. Yeah, so that one does. I don't think.
What about the other screen? What about that one?
I don't think that one will because that one's doing it a different way.
Why is that one doing it a different way?
Because it actually uses pictures.
Pictures?
Yeah, so that graphic there.
Yeah.
It sends a different graphic for each number.
All right.
Which you've got to send a different ID.
Oh, nice.
And you've got to send a range, so the number could start at 100 and something to 200. So you've got to send that in relation to the number that you want. So you've got to scale it basically.
Yeah.
So from 0 to 9,000 revs, you've got to scale between picture 150 to 250, whatever it might be, you know. And then send that picture number, not the actual number. It's slightly complicated, but
What you got left to do?
so I've got CAN bus stuff to do next. So it reads the CAN data from the ECU and can send CAN data to the ECU as well.
Right.
Gear shift. So it'll do blip on a down change and cut on an up change. Retard for power reduction on a up change. And it'll send the gear position to the ECU as well. So the ECU knows what gear it's...
Not long now, and Fabio's at a stage where he's sort of waiting for this now then.
Well, he needs to take his mechatronics out. I've got to modify
The board.
and then put it back in, and then this will just plug in and hopefully work in some fashion.
Cool. Well, looking forward to seeing that working. Tatty's over here putting the plasticine. We've got that corner there ready to go. Just give it one more coat of wax. We've been wiping at it and that. It's just cleaning these bits up. So we're starting to get the gel coat on. We've got loads of bits cut ready to go. First coat of gel coat on that front bumper, and about to put the first coat of gel coat onto the bonnet. I haven't really been filming much because we've just been messing on with the fences and the plasticine and stuff. Right, we're waiting for gel coat to go off, so I thought I'd come and show you what Johnathan's up to now. What's Johnathan up to now? That should be a section of the channel.
That's basically going to go on there, and then I'm going to put a shaft through and drive it with that.
How are you connecting the shaft?
Belt to motor.
Right, so what he's doing is setting up a rig so that he can then power this up and spin the gearbox from the engine end so that he can test the signals that the screen's getting and to be able to go through. Yeah, you can actually go through the gears up and down. And so are you gonna then put that on, like, are you gonna use the wheel balancer or something like that to?
I've got the balancer motor there, which is like 4 or 5 horsepower.
So are you then gonna like bolt this to a frame and
Well, I'll just bolt the motor up to a frame that's on this, so it shouldn't go anywhere because there's nothing for it to.
Right, yeah, see what you mean. So you're going to put a frame on this, the bottom.
It's got a big flat sump, so it'll sit on that.
Stay tuned for the next instalment. When you finish that, Tatty, I've parked my car by the hose pipe. Parked the car by the hose pipe.
Yeah.
So you can, because why have I parked my car by the hose pipe, Tatty?
Yeah.
What have you done?
You drew on it.
What have you done? What have you done?
What?
To my car?
Nothing. I haven't touched it.
No, do you know what it says on the back of my car now that I've been driving about with? Because I've just realised when I came out of the petrol station after paying for the fuel.
I haven't written on it.
You haven't written on it.
No.
It says sex kills,
No, that's why I got.
be happy or something like that. I know.
Oh, I thought he was taking the piss. Oh no, it wasn't me.
Get away, that was you.
I swear.
It's right beside your handwriting saying,
on my lap, the dog was like, it wasn't me.
it'll be Ian.
Yeah, that's a good Johnathan, didn't he? I thought he was taking the piss.
You didn't do it?
No, I swear to God, on my daughter's life, I didn't do it.
Well, you were the first, so you can still wash it off. You twat.
What did it say?
It now says, sex kills, so die happy.
That's what John said before.
It is actually on the back of a car. I thought it was
I
you.
thought he was just taking the piss. Oh no, it wasn't me.
So this is as far as we've got today with these pieces. It's now 7 o'clock at night. That's just the first layer of 300 GSM glass with the, I can't remember what he called it, like an intercoat resin. So that's obviously on top of the gel coat, but that goes in between the gel coat and the tooling resin, so that's next, but that'll do for today. Really happy, come out great. So 4 layers of 450 gram with the tooling resin on in one hit next time, which is going to be Sunday. So just before we go, I just want to give you an update on what Johnathan's got done, which is that.
Spin it.
So now he's gonna rig a motor up to it, put a pulley on there so that he can then drive the gearbox so that he's got some signal even, but like a decent speed signal as well.
Yeah, well, if I fill it with oil and everything, I can actually...
Yeah, you can fully, yeah, and then that'd be enough to spin a gearbox. I look forward to seeing that in action. That's a thing in itself, isn't it?